Hi guys. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. I still don't believe that I'm able to see. I still don't think I'm allowed to see in the chat until I get 100 people. So I can't see your comments, but thank you for being here. Here to do the weekly chakra reading, where I group it into 4 readings for the 4 elements. I did element readings earlier on my Facebook page, so this time I'm going to do them in reverse order. So I'm going to start with earth, and then water, then fire, and then air. I don't know, but yes, for some reason they wanted me to go backwards on this one. So, again, my name is Tina. Some people call me Wind, from Winds of Intuition. I'm a psychic, medium, empath. I'm also a healer. I also work a lot with crystals and stones. Feeling a lot of energy. So yeah, what I do is there's 3 signs that correspond with each element. So like I said, we're going to start with earth. So the earth elements are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So I'll pull a stone that's going to represent one of the chakras, and it's usually the one that needs a little bit more attention for the week. So like I always say, I'm not a big fan of spot balancing like one chakra, because all the chakras are connected. So let's say if we just balance the heart chakra, everything above the heart chakra and below the heart chakra now are unbalanced because you focused it on just the heart. They're all connected. So you should always balance all of them. And if you feel the ones that you need the more attention on, or like today, if you want to use this knowledge and when you're doing the balancing, focus a little bit more energy or time on that chakra. That's how I do it. That's how I recommend it. So I just like to say that before I get started. Also, thank you for subscribing to my page. I'm trying to get to at least up over 100, so that way at least I can see your guys' comments. I guess you have to have over 100 people before I can do that. So, but I'm getting there. And make sure that you're also following my Facebook page, because if you are, pinned at the top of the page today is the giveaway. It's actually up today at 6 o'clock, but if you are subscribed here, go over to the Facebook page, follow there, go to the pinned comment, the original post. There's all the directions on what to do. Then you just put done and share that, and you're entered. And I'll be pulling the winner for that today at 7 on my free Facebook Live. And the prize is this smudging fan made with selenite leather, a dyed agate, and pheasant and chicken feathers, which I made. So yeah. Definitely want to let you guys know that, so you can go over there and get entered into the drawing. All right, so like I said, usually I always start in the east, but they wanted me to go and start backwards. So I'm going to do earth first. So again, Taurus. I don't know why I keep having to swallow. Maybe you Tauruses have some throat chakra going on. We'll see. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So the earth signs. What chakra this week for the earth signs? So this is white. It's my howlite stone. It's for the crown. So just let me hold it a minute. What I do with these is I have a stone for each chakra in here, and I have one that shows it a little low, and I have one that shows it a little high, or it can be balanced. It'll let me know by feel, and I get, I'm clairaudient, clairvoyant. So I also get messages as I'm doing this as well. So just let me hold on to the stone a moment. As I'm tuning into the stone, a lot of you earth signs, I'm getting a lot of pressure to the front of my head. Kind of like halfway here is where I'm feeling it right now. It might be in different spots for some of you, or some of you might not even have one, but I'm just going with what I'm getting. And I'm hearing the word foggy. So some of you earth signs might be noticing this week, or even starting a few days ago, that maybe your memory is a little foggy. Your thoughts are a little foggy. Foggy meaning, it takes you a little longer to get things or remember things. It's also going out to my temple on my left. Which kind of makes sense. Like I said, I did these readings, not the chakra, but message of the day on my page for the Taurus. And if I remember right, they were anger. So I think you are a lot in your heads, earth signs, and it's kind of causing the energy to kind of not move as fluently as it usually does. I'm hearing take some time where you can quiet yourself, do some breathing. I know for some of you, this is harder to do than others. But maybe on your lunch break or your 15-minute break, whatever it is, if you can take 5 minutes even. And when I'm getting some of these, when I'm doing readings, I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the screen. Sometimes I close my eyes or I look off to the side because I'm getting pictures or messages, and it just helps me to connect with it a little bit easier, so I'm not trying to be rude. Yeah, you really need to take some time and just kind of take that deep breath and release some of this. Need to focus this a little more so it's not so there's a lot of thinking going on, and then there's energy being brought there because you are bringing the energy to the thought. So it's like I said, it's not flowing like it should. So take some time and just really try to clear your head, release the thoughts that you don't need in there anymore. If it's listening to music, if it's just breathing in quiet, if it's listening to chanting, if it's lighting incense, whatever it is you need to do just to take 5 minutes and really quiet the mind and let go. Then just focus on that crown and seeing it open and just moving fluidly in a balanced manner, because everything kind of starts up here. So if we're already kind of slow here. Everything below it is also not running as fast as it should, or because it's kind of, it's not totally closed. I'm not seeing it totally closed, but it's almost like it's, I think that's what's causing the pressure that I'm feeling, is it's still trying to run as normal, but because of this fogginess or where the energy is kind of hanging, it's having trouble coming through. So that's what I'm getting for you, earth signs. You can also use any sort of white stone, clear stone. That is very useful for the crown chakra, or whatever color stone that you see your crown chakra. Mine is, I see it as white. Using the white light, I'm hearing as well. If you want to use that, asking that to help stream through and push the energy through, along with your intent of feeling whatever it is and releasing it. So yeah, just work on the crown chakra a little bit this week, and I think you guys will notice a big difference in this fogginess, and maybe even these, almost like a pressure headache or a headband type headache. All right. Thank you guys for being here again. Ooh, got really cold all of a sudden. Ooh. So water signs: Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Chakra do you need to look at this week? They're moving all over. All right. So water signs. Hopefully you can see that. It's a very light amethyst, so this is for the crown, which for me is intuition, third eye. It's the lighter of the two, so for me it's a little underactive, or possibly like the crown that we just spoke about. It's not running. So block, to me, it's, I guess we use the word, but I don't think our chakras ever stop completely. They'll still slowly spin. It's just they're not spinning at the right frequency or movement that they should be, is how I see it. So just let me hold this for a second and see what I get for the water signs. For you, I feel the energy more in the back of my head, neck, top of my shoulders, kind of a heavy energy. So some of you feel like there's a lot on your shoulders, or at least that's how it's making me feel. You two are doing a lot of thinking, water signs. I'm hearing the word emotions. Hearing the word triggers. So I don't think this is necessarily your third eye might be a little low. I think it's more so what I'm getting is you're not paying attention to your intuition right now. Whatever's going on, because I'm kind of feeling emotions. I'm feeling a lot in the head. I'm feeling a lot on my shoulders. So there's, but it's like what I'm getting from spirit is like, We're trying to help you. Tap, tap, tap. Which is funny because I think I said that with one of the other signs and on my reading on my page, but I can't remember which one that was. I think this is more that you're not using this to the full potential is what I'm getting more so than that it's not imbalanced. I would say the little bit of underbalance that I'm getting is because all of this in the mind and maybe the stress of it. Oh, I see somebody's comment. Yay! I can see somebody's comment. Sorry, I'm getting so excited. Avita Johnson, hi. So yeah, it's almost like Spirit is trying to remind you, hey, we're trying to show you, but what I think they're trying to show you in a way is your own strengths. Because when I think of triggers, that means it's something that has happened before. So I think what they're trying to tell you is they're there trying to guide you, but I think they're trying to remind you that you can get through this because you've done it before. They want you to rely on your intuition, but your strengths as well, remembering that you have the strength to do this. And you are trying to be helped, and the little bit of, like I said, that might be weighing it down a little or slowing it down is all this in the head. And I keep wanting to clear my throat. So again, the emotions are speaking up. Some of you might need to just, whatever this issue that you're going through or feeling stressed about, you need to speak up about or release your emotions. Either way, the throat chakra as well. But that's what I'm getting. Water signs. Really listen when you get an idea. That's sometimes how our guides and loved ones and angels help us. And try to take some deep breaths too and clear this, because nothing is, I was talking earlier about, I think emotional stuff is way more draining, or thinking is way more draining on the body than physical labor and work. So, yeah. So that's what I have for you guys. Trust your intuition, use it more. And really look back, because whatever's going on with this, that trigger word to me means that this is bringing up something that you've already gone through, that you've already learned that you can get through it or go over it or make your way around it, whatever it is. You got this, is kind of what I want to say. So that's for the water signs, third eye, and a little bit of throat I'm getting as well. All right. I'm so excited that I can see somebody talking to me. I thought I had to have like 100 people. Anywho, all right, fire signs are next. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Fire signs. Which chakra might you need a little attention this week with? Interesting. So another light one. Hopefully you can see that brown. It's a light smoky quartz. So for me, again, that's showing a little bit on the under. instead of the over or hyper balanced. For me, I see black is my root color or base color. A lot of people use red. So fire signs. I'm also getting a big pulsing right in the center of my head. Lots of the signs, lots of people this week in the head. Lots of energy being spent in the head. So this is your root. Root has to do with nature, our connection with nature, but it also has to do with our essential needs. So, our food, our water, our clothing, our shelter, our family, and how to provide all these things to survive and provide for our families and ourselves. That might not, some of us that don't have our own families yet, it might have to do with our, siblings or our relatives. So when I get all this energy in the head again, I want to say the fire signs too, lots in the head, lots of being pulled in a lot of different directions. I want to say some of you fire signs, I think, haven't really been out in nature as much as you usually are. Some of this is because some of you live in like areas like I do where it's below 0 and snow up to our belly buttons. But so they're telling me to give the example of what I do, which is, and I mean, this is just my example. You can use it, you can take it. I just try to give examples. I will go on YouTube and I will find the videos maybe that have the nature sounds, and they'll actually have a video and you'll be walking through the woods, or I'll just close my eyes and I'll put music on that's rainforest, or, not that I live in the rainforest, but things of nature. Try to do things in the house. Maybe I'll have a certain part of the house where that's my plants. That's where it kind of is my outdoors in the indoor area. And that might be where I want to sit and meditate today, or take my daily break is around that area to try to connect with nature. Those of you that can get out in nature, get out in it. Get the sunlight. Feel the ground on your feet. They're showing me the ground on the feet. There's nothing more grounding and more connecting than standing on Mother Earth, especially if you can do it barefoot. It's just, there's a calming. I notice when I do it, once I'm connected, it's almost like I move with the earth, like the trees. I'll just start moving, and it's very slow movements. But it's not like I'm making myself do it. It's like I'm centered with the earth and the things of the earth. It's just a great feeling. So some of you need to do that. The other thing Spirit is wanting me to say to you, fire signs, is know that you're always provided for. It might not always seem that way. It might not be the way that we want it, the way we think it should be. But it does provide. And you need to trust in that. And when we get too much in our head, fire signs, that's where we can get ungrounded as well, just as much as being pulled physically, like people that have 3 different jobs and a family and they're boom, 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 home. you know, that kind of being pulled everywhere. And then there's being pulled in our minds where it's, oh, gee, I'm going to get money to pay this bill. Where am I going to, you know, oh, you know, this job isn't working out. And how am I going to provide for my shelter and food and my kids this and that when I don't have this, and why this bill's too much. And it just, everybody goes through it. But again, it's about trusting. And I know how hard that is, believe me. And also focusing this. Try not to let things get run amok in there where we're putting so much energy and thought and all these different things and how they're going to happen, to where we're making sometimes more out of things than what they really are. And then there's some of us that it's really that bad. But again, we got to reel back in and center ourselves, ground ourselves. And you can ground yourself any way that is unique to you. That's what's great. Not everybody can, you know, not everybody can meditate and that's grounding. Some people it's irritating, or they can't quiet their mind and they're like so focused on why they can't meditate that it's not grounding. Some people it's music, listening to it. Some people it's playing it. Some people it's drawing. Some people it's painting. Some people it's just taking a nap, a walk in nature, sitting under a tree, fishing, sticking our foot in the ocean, sitting on the beach, whatever it is. But you need to quiet and center yourselves, fire signs, because that's what's causing all this pressure and stress in the head and ungrounding you. Hi, Matthew. Aquarius. You'll be next. Oh, you're in Alaska, but now you're in Arizona. Well, I'm in the UP, so it's kind of like being in Canada in a way. I'm right on the shores of Lake Superior, so I think we're up past 220 inches of snow since winter started. But it is beautiful up here. It is. I love it. I love it when I can get outside. This weekend I was outside. It was 45 degrees. So up here to us, that's like spring. So I was out all weekend getting the sun, smelling the air, seeing the beauty. I just like going out in nature. To me, just going out and seeing the simple things can make you think that, wow, this isn't so bad. So fire signs, just ground yourself this week. Spend a little time grounding yourself. Try to get back in nature, but do it in a way that's comfortable for you. You can also use any stones for the color that you see your root chakra or base chakra. If you use red, any red stones. I use black, so I use dark smokies, black tourmalines, jet, shungite. You can wear dark clothing, you can wear red clothing, whatever color it is that you use, you can eat that color, wear that color. It really does help align. It really will help you balance those out. So that's for you, fire signs. All right. Our last sign of the day is air signs. Thank you guys for being here again. I'm going to be doing this every Tuesday. I think I'm going to try to start coming on Fridays just to pull some messages for all the signs like this for the weekend. So air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Oh, that was a larger one. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, it's going to look black. I'm trying to get the angle. It's actually a green jasper. So it's a dark green jasper. So that for me is the heart chakra. I see the heart chakra in two colors. Again, this is me. You use whatever color works for you. The green part of the heart for me is the love that we give out, the time that we give out, the energy that we give out to others. And the pink is the love that we allow in and our self-love. So I'm just trying to see if I can feel the energy in the air signs' bodies. What I'm getting and hearing is you guys are spending a lot of your energy giving it away to other people. Now, I don't want people to think that giving to people, helping people is a bad thing. It is not, in no way, shape, or form. That is, to me, one of the greatest gifts there is. But if we don't balance that and we're not giving to ourselves as much as we're putting out, there's a deficit. So, like, trying to think of an example, but like, a cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're giving all the time, air signs, again, it's a great thing. I love to give. It makes me feel, it's the best feeling there is for me. Out of everything I've been through, out of all the journeys in my life that I've been through, all the things, however people want to say it, the greatest high, the greatest feeling for me is giving. And a lot of you air signs feel the same way, which is great. Just please remember, you have to have balance. You have to make sure you're giving to yourselves. I'm almost feeling too like some of you have been back and forth in your head about maybe actually giving your help as well. For some of you that are giving it too much, there are a few of you, because this is general, these are 3 different signs, but still they're all rooted into the air element. And I think these might be the people that have been at this other end of the spectrum as air signs, where they have given and given until now they're so empty that they need somebody to help them, and sometimes it's not there. So in their focus, this group of people is like, need to hear that, again, it's a great thing to help. Just watch and balance how you're doing it. Trust yourself. These people are worried about, they've kind of learned the lesson, but now in a way, they're being a little bit over protective about how they're sharing their time. So they need to, there's that balance again, which is funny with air signs because it's all about balance. So some of you in balance are going way overboard in the giving, and then some of you that have learned this lesson about, or have, I want to say, learn it the hard way by ending up being way down here with nothing to give and giving it all and learning how that feels and how that doesn't work. It sometimes can cause health problems, all kinds of issues. Anyhow. So it's really funny how there's some of you that I'm picking up. I want to say those are the smaller of the group. Again, that's just how I'm feeling. The moreover are the ones that just need to hear, it's great. You all need to hear this is great to give. But remember, balance, air signs, balance. We don't work well when we don't have balance. None of the signs work well when we don't have balance. But I do notice as an air sign myself, when I don't have balance, it's not pretty sometimes. So just make sure you're all giving to yourselves as much as you're giving out, and to trust yourselves for those of you that are worried about overgiving, that maybe learned your lesson in the hard way. And I'm not saying it's really a lesson, but it is. We all have to learn that balance. We can't always give, and we can't always take. There has to be balance. So it's funny that I'm telling that to the balance sign. So yeah, your heart chakra this week, air signs. Really give yourself and acknowledge yourself as a giver, but as a giver that's going to give in balance to the universe and themselves. You can use any sort of green stone. That will help with you balancing. Wearing green, eating things, drinking things that are green. I know it sounds kind of silly or very simple, but I go back to the nature in, I think it was the grounding in the fire sign. That's what's so great about nature. It's very simple, but yet efficient. So sometimes we just have to get back to basics. So, all right, guys, that is the chakras for everybody. I hope it was helpful. I really am excited that I got to see some of you and be able to interact with some of you today. I'm so excited. Again, make sure that you subscribe to my page here and go over to Winds of Intuition on Facebook and follow me there. And the pinned giveaway is at the top of that page, and it's still good until 6 o'clock Eastern. So you still have a little over 2 hours to enter that to win the smudging fan that I hand make with selenite, leather, pheasant, and chicken. This is pheasant and chicken feathers for clearing air, just to use as decoration for using for smudge. And that'll be mailed to the winner. The only thing I ask is if you don't live in the United States that you pay for shipping, because it's a little bit more expensive. And again, I'm going to try to stop on here every Friday as well. That's my goal, is if I can start getting more viewers, I can start spending more time over here. So I think Friday I'll pop on and I'll just pull a card for each one of the signs for messages for the weekend. So hopefully I'll see you guys back here on Friday. And also make sure that you are following me on Facebook, because it's Tina Tuesdays. I come live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. You know, very few times I have to reschedule, but it does happen. But that's my free live where I talk about a rock, because I'm into rock and crystals. So I pick a rock of the week, or I should say Spirit does, and I speak about it. And then I pick some readings to do through the people in the comments. So I'd love to see you there as well. So have a great Tuesday. Thanks for sharing and supporting me here. Have a great day. And I'll see you guys on Friday if I don't see you later in my life. Bye.